Welcome. I'm glad to have you here. There's a few things I just want to talk about. This one isn't so much for the clicks. This is probably going to be something for people to go back to and look at to know kind of what the network is all about. Uh, this channel, a few other channels will have, and that we do have, and what this network is all about. Um, Kind of starting with the name of it. Um, which is you'll see the zero and the X. That's really Xerox. If you get it, zero, Zero, and then X, Xerox. Multiple purposes for it. One purpose for it is I like the name, Xerox. Another purpose for it is algorithm thing. It's an algorithm trick that I'm trying. Like when you're searching for a certain uh, rappers or singers or things like that on certain list, you'll always see the numbers first. So Tupac comes up high, Two Chains comes up high, other artists and people that names begin with a number often come up high. So it's an algorithm trick I'm trying. And I always like Xerox, and I like the way it looks. The zero and the X, and of course it sound a little confusing, but come back and look at this particular um, episode, and So, like I said, um, that's what it is. So everything's kind of Xerox, um, copied from original, and we're kind of the original um, copy, but the original of everything, the origins go back to God. So, the thing you can remember about everything that we post, this channel is who it comes from in the heart of, you know, the creator of the content. My heart, first of all, first and foremost, above any and everything, I'm a Christian. I'm unapologetically a Christian, but I will not beat you over the head when you come to this network about my faith, but my faith is part of me. So you're going to hear about it. And, for those who aren't Christians, if you choose to watch, I welcome you. I'm not going to be the one that's trying to convert you or anything like that. That's not my job or my duty. Um, Kind of is, but it's not. I'm not going to try to do that. If it happens, it happens. If you see something good and a light coming from me or others involved in this network, awesome. That's the one of the greatest things I can get out of it. The other thing that I want you to get out of it is the entertainment. We're here to entertain, and or I can use, in some cases, use KRS as an example. We're here for edutainment. So to educate and entertain on the multiple networks, the multiple lists that you'll see on the different networks. Definitely want to entertain and educate, but we'll never forget about the entertainment. So we're not going to try to be political unless we have a political channel, which that could happen. Um, we're not going to attempt to do anything like that. Bait and switch. You come to it and you're looking for this content and you don't see it. Just trying to figure out how to formulate the content, put it all together and separate so that when you're coming for one thing, you get it. The thing I hate about some of the contenters that I follow, I don't hate them. I hate about the content sometimes is that sometimes it's a bait and switch. Sometimes you see one thing and that hooks you, that gets you, and then all of a sudden you start getting content about other stuff. I don't like that. Um, we'll try not to be in our feelings. I don't like that. People getting all in their feelings and talking about what this content creator says such and such, and I'm mad with them, and they don't say it like that. And I don't even like that I did a voice like that because I don't like when they do the voices and all that stuff. So I try to stay away from that. Main thing is I'm going to be me, um, and anyone involved in this, they're going to be them, and you'll get what you see. You'll get genuine um, content creators. Um, I'll love to make money doing it. You'll see the Cash App and other ways that you can give if you feel. But my number one thing that I want to do is serve you. Serving is the greatest thing in the world. And you'll see one of the channels, you might be on it right now, is really all about serving. But everything we do is about serving. The entertainment is a service. The edutainment is a service. Everything is service, and that comes from my background of being a Christian, growing up in church. I was on the usher board. I think being on the usher board is one of the greatest things you could do for a young person because it helps you know about um, how to serve people. It's a great thing. Right now, somebody's texting me, and it's probably something about service. That's what we do. Um, so that's one of the things. So you're going to see that it's a lot of things that we have planned. Some things have already started, some things will start. The movie one is very important to me because it's something that I started doing with my two sons who are twins, and that's why I call them the super twins, hashtag super twins. um, I do something we've been doing ever since they might have been about 6 or 7 years old. I mean, they were very lucky kids at that age because on Tuesday, because it was bargain day, I stopped to the school, checked them out early. So it usually was right after their lunch or right before their lunch. I don't remember. It's been a while ago. Probably was a little of both. And we go to the movie theater and check out the newest movie that came out on Friday, went on Tuesday. One, because Tuesday I set it aside as my day off from work. The business that I was running, I would take that day off because weekends were always busy for what I was doing. Um, so I would take that day off and we just hang. And it was fun. It's absolutely fun. And it's something that we pretty much try to continue through the years, through elementary, middle, high school, and now even after they're done with high school and they're pursuing life, we still make every intent and every chance that we get to go to the movies. We didn't go currently. Um, we didn't. Some Tuesdays we miss, and most of the time those Tuesdays are because there's something big coming out on Thursday, and nothing big came out on the past uh, Friday, previous Friday. So that's how we do anyway. Uh, and we love going to the movies. We love talking about the movies, and we have our list of best movies to come out in a particular year. And sometimes it gets a very animated argument about who's right and who's wrong, and it's very fun. And we're just going to bring you in on some of that as we go along. Check out the content. Um, then we have the one about service and serving, and it's all about serving in every situation, whether you're serving in retail, you're serving as your own business owner, you're serving as a teacher, educator, serving in medicine, medical area, everything you serve in. Service in church, your synagogue, your mosque, um, your house of worship, service in the club, it's all types of service out there. You got to have good service even when you're in the club, at least for people in the VIP. They're paying that big money, and you got to give them top of the line service. Going to sport games or sporting events and stuff like that at the big arenas. People have the box seats or the suites or whatever, and you have to give them above and beyond service because of the amount of money that they pump into your business. And most of the time, you want people working in that service that really have a heart for serving. So anyway, that's the service one. I'm not going to try to repeat some of the stuff that I say on those particular channels or this one. It's going to be posted on all of our channels. This right here, at least that's my plan. Um, then we're gonna do or have done, depending on when you're watching it. One about watches. I love timepieces. This is my thing. So we'll have one on that. It's coming soon. Then we're going to have some on wrestling. I love wrestling. What's going to make the one that I will do or we will do about wrestling that's different than many of the other ones you want. And big ups to all of the ones that do it. I love their stuff, from Fightful, I think, which is Sean Ross or something like that. And then there's Brian Alvarez, I believe. I'm terrible with names. And then there's JD from New York. I love his. And a few others. I love theirs. What's going to make this one different is I really don't cuss. Cussing isn't my thing. Do I ever cuss? Yeah, there are times. But it's not my natural thing. Some of these people, it's their natural thing. And sometimes I turn from it because it's just too much. It's overkill for me. And that's for me. And there's nothing wrong with what they do. It's just for me. You have to know who you are and what's for you. And I don't do it. So even when I try to look around and see if there's someone that doesn't, I don't find wrestling content creators that don't cuss. Most of them, cuss. Some of them going straight out rants. JD from New York, he'll go on a straight out rant. It's funny. It's hilarious. It's just not my thing. I'll listen because it's so funny. But sometimes I'm like, okay, it's just too much right now. Let JD go ahead and get his stuff out and go on. If my kids were 10, 11 years old, would I want them to listen to JD from New York? Nah, because it'd be too much cussing. And I don't want them starting to go around cussing and talking in school and all of that and thinking, hey, they can get older and then they can listen to it and decide they're going to cuss, And that's kind of how we raise them. Do they cuss now? Yeah, sometimes. But that's their choice. They're grown. It is what it is. But it's not their natural habit to just straight up cuss. Ucking this and ucking that. And even with the movie content, that's kind of reason why it's there too, because a lot of the movie content, reviewers and stuff like that, cuss their behinds off. Ryan Kennel, I think that's his name. Woo! The F-bomb is dropped constantly. I still like his stuff, but woo, Jesus, And now when I say I like people's stuff, anyone that's watching, and this is going to be the last time I say it, I'm going to say it this time, and it's the dumbest thing that we have to say that in this day and time, but and when I'm doing this is like right around when the Kyrie Irving craziness is going on because he posted a tweet. Anyway, which is crazy, that people are having such a fit because he posted a tweet in a country that's built on free speech, in a country that's built on freedom of religion, in a country that is built on total freedom. And anyway, don't want to go into that too much. It's just crazy. But I'm going to say this one time. Just because I watch somebody or I like something that somebody posts does not mean I agree, or we at this network or any of our networks agree with everything they say. Now that I had to say that stupidity, excuse me, the reason why we have some of our networks is so that some dads and sons can actually watch stuff together, or even if they don't watch it together, they can watch it separately and talk about it. And the dads don't have to worry about, or the moms don't have to, or the parents, or guardians, whatever, don't have to worry about, oh, my kids hearing all this cussing coming from somebody. You're not gonna get it on this one. So I'm not saying ours is going to be or is better than theirs. It's just different, and that's why each of theirs are different, good and different. I mean, when you talk about the wrestling piece, JD from New York, his is awesome. He is super passionate about it, and he lays out stuff and he brings it to the forefront. And Fightful, I think that's it. Alvarez and Sean Ross, I think, and I think it's another guy. It's like three of them that I know real good. It's the black guy, it's Alvarez, and I think is it Sean Alvarez? I don't know, but theirs is pretty good. It's very informative. Um, Sometimes they'll throw out the cuss words. It is what it is. I still like the stuff. I like the content, but ours is going to be different when it comes to. It's not going to have that. The other thing is a lot of our wrestling stuff when we do it is going to be in kayfabe. You know, we're going to actually. I'm not going to give out information about backstage stuff and what's going on. I want it to be entertaining because when I grew up watching wrestling, I knew nothing about who was friends, who was enemies. We were in this kayfabe world, and you know, I just knew growing up, Ric Flair and Dusty Rhodes hated each other. I'm talking about Dusty was talking junk about Ric Flair, telling him he's gonna get funky like a monkey. Ric Flair was telling him he better get out the way because nobody can hang with the dirtiest wrestler in the business, Space Mountain. Ooh. You know, who would have known? These guys were very good friends, very tight. Um, all of that stuff. You know, Ric Flair had love for Dusty. Dusty had love for Ric Flair. So it's like, you know, um, that's what ours is going to be. It's going to be more kayfabe. Every once in a while, we'll jump out of kayfabe just to let you know different things. But most of the time, it's going to be reviewing, and it's going to be everything AEW. And I guess, Cat Dog, not Impact. The other one Tony Khan bought, Ring of Honor. There we go. It's going to be everything AEW Ring of Honor. Because that's what brought me back to wrestling. I was a big wrestling fan. I stayed a wrestling fan up until WCW died off. And then I watched a little bit of WWE still. I checked out the segments with anything that had Rock and Stone Cold. It was absolutely wonderful. I kept watching that. It was well worth it. But didn't watch much of anybody else. And I'm sure they had very entertaining stuff. It got too lewd, too crazy. It was the Attitude Era, I guess, you know, and just wasn't my thing. As you see, I'm consistent. Just wasn't my thing. So I really got even more away from it once Rock and Stone Cold kind of did their retirements, or with Rock's semi-retirement. Just got away from it and found other things to do. Did I miss it? Yes. Did I regret not watching WWE? No. But when I heard AEW was coming back, I was super excited. I mean, I was thrilled. And AEW made me be in love with wrestling all over again. And that is why I watch wrestling. It's all about AEW. Now, I watch a little bit of WWE now, especially once Cody kind of switched over. I watched a little bit of it. I got caught up on the whole Roman Reigns thing, and the bloodline thing that they're doing right now with Sami Zayn is insane. I love it. So I catch those clips on YouTube. I love it. Their stuff is amazing right now. It's probably some of the best promo, storyline, wrestling stuff I've seen ever. I'm not saying it is the best. I'm saying it's up there with the best. We will remember it forever. the honorary Oos, and him telling Jay, or telling Roman, he's not feeling very oosy. It's hilarious. I love it. It is absolutely hilarious. So entertaining. Um, so anyway, but my stuff is going to be about AEW, Ring of Honor, and I'll even go over some of their dark stuff. I like their dark stuff. I like seeing that stuff. I like seeing the wrestlers on the come up. I know WWE has the NXT, but I'm not into WWE, not into the NXT. I catch a little bit when JD or Fightful is talking about it, but I don't stay locked in that long. If they're on it, if I'm watching it live, I just go away and maybe I'll come back and watch the repeat and go straight to where they talking about AEW stuff or Ring of Honor stuff, which of course right now JD hates that they're mixed, but it's cool with me. I love it. It's all good. Um, so that's just me. That's where I'm at. That's where this network is at. So we love a lot of different things, and we're gonna test some stuff out. It won't work, and we'll be mad with it for about 30 minutes that it didn't work, and then we'll go on to something else. We're about walking on water. We're about doing stuff different. We're about being real creators, being having content that is totally different than everybody else. Main reason why it'll be different than everybody else is just because of who we are. But we're going to try. We're not going to be a Xerox of other people's networks and stuff. We're going to be a Xerox of our own. So right now everything looks raw and not fancy. We don't have an opening music. We're not riding to the beer garden like JD. We don't have some of the openings like Ryan Kennel and all of that. Maybe it'll come. I don't know. Right now, I do not know. If you're watching this in the future, you might be like, yeah, y'all did it. But more than likely, you're going to be like, man, y'all figured out something different. Y'all did something new. I like what y'all did. That's good. Um, it's going to be different. That's what I'm all about. I don't like being parts of things that do straight up copies of other stuff. Um, you know, it's just not me. You know, I'm not against other people doing it. I think it's great. I mean, if it if there weren't exact copies of other stuff, we wouldn't have franchises going around. As you can see, that Chick-fil-A cup sitting in the background. So franchising is good, but I don't need to straight copy somebody. People who do the original, people who walk on that water, they're the ones who really make a big impact. Um, so, like I said, once again, it's not all about the money. It's about us having fun. Me doing something that I love doing. Um, my super twins being part of it. Um, and I think they love doing the parts that they do. And we're just going to grow. So we hope that you guys will enjoy. Um, Hopefully you already hit the like button. If you haven't, please hit the like button. Hopefully you already subscribed to our network. If you haven't, please subscribe to our network. Hopefully you already hit the ring bell for the reminders. If not, please hit the ring bell for the reminders. And we hope that we will serve you well by entertaining, edutaining, and being there to help your day, your week, your month, your year get better, and that you will have great joy out of our networks. Even if it's only one, if it's only one thing that you like to watch and you follow. I think I covered everything that I feel like I need to cover as far as the why we do what we do and who we are. And as things go along, we might add. I'll probably come back every once in a while and just do a state of the network speech or something like that. I don't know. Who knows what we'll call it? You know. My big thing right now is Servecast. Everything we do is about the Servecast. So anyway, it's probably somebody else that I need to serve. It's all about service. Thank you. We'll talk to you later. Like, subscribe, tell other people about it. Cool.